Hey, what's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to the channel. We've got some major updates today that you don't want to miss. The Dallas Cowboys are making waves in the offseason with some shocking rumors about potential draft picks, big name trades, and of course, speculation that could shape the future of this franchise. So, if you love the Cowboys and want the inside scoop on what's going down, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. You're not going to want to miss this one. Now, let's dive into today's big news. Okay, first things first, we've been hearing a lot of rumors surrounding the Cowboys and their interest in a couple of high-profile college prospects, Mason Graham and Tetairoa McMillan. Now, the draft is coming up, and the Cowboys are in a position to make some noise. But are they going to use their picks to strengthen the defense or bolster the offense? Let's break this down. Let's start with Mason Graham, the defensive tackle out of Michigan. This guy has been turning heads all season. At 6'3" and 310 pounds, Graham is an absolute monster on the defensive line. He's got that relentless drive and an almost unblockable bull rush that has helped him dominate at the collegiate level. The Cowboys, as you know, have a solid defense, but one thing they've struggled with over the past few seasons is getting consistent pressure up the middle. Enter Mason Graham. Could he be the missing piece for the Cowboys' D-line? Dallas already has Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence bringing the heat from the edge, but Mason Graham could give them that interior presence that wreaks havoc on opposing quarterbacks. Think about it: if Graham and Osa Odigizua can control the inside, it would free up guys like Parsons to rush even more effectively. This could really help the Cowboys dominate in the trenches. The way he can collapse the pocket from the inside is just incredible. And if the Cowboys decide to go after a player like Graham, they're getting an absolute force who will only improve with NFL coaching. Host, thoughtful tone, but there's another name that's been linked to the Cowboys lately, and that's Tetairoa McMillan, a wide receiver out of Arizona. Now, McMillan's name might not be as widely recognized as some of the other top WR prospects, but trust me, this guy has been absolutely lighting up college football. McMillan is a 6'4" wide receiver with that perfect blend of size and speed. He's got great hands, and he's one of those players who can make plays all over the field, whether it's catching deep balls down the sideline, running precise routes in the middle, or creating YC yards after catch. Now, why would the Cowboys be interested in a WR like McMillan? Well, they already have CeeDee Lamb, but after losing Michael Gallup to injuries and not having a clear no.2 option, McMillan could be a great fit. Host, engaging tone, imagine a big-bodied receiver like McMillan lining up across from CeeDee Lamb. Defenses would be in trouble. McMillan can take the top off the defense, which could really open up opportunities for Lamb to work underneath. And with Dak Prescott's arm strength, McMillan's deep threat ability could be a game-changer for the Cowboys' offense. Host, thoughtful tone, now, we've got a question to ask you, Cowboys Nation. Would you rather see the Cowboys use their draft pick on an interior force like Mason Graham, or a dynamic playmaking wide receiver like Tetairoa McMillan? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear from you. Okay, let's talk about one of the most controversial rumors that has Cowboys fans buzzing: Trevon Diggs possibly being traded. Yes, you heard that right. There's been talk in NFL circles that the Cowboys might be willing to trade the star cornerback. And no, I'm not making this up. This rumor has been picking up steam, and it has people wondering, is Diggs on the move? Look, Diggs is undeniably one of the top corners in the league. He's known for his ball-hawking ability, coming up with interceptions like it's his second nature. But let's be honest, Diggs has had some consistency issues, especially with allowing big plays. His tendency to go for the pick instead of just locking down his man has left some question marks over his future with the Cowboys. Now, before you freak out, I want to clarify that these trade rumors don't necessarily mean the Cowboys want to move on from Diggs. But like every team, the Cowboys have to consider their options, especially when it comes to building a team that can make a Super Bowl run. If the Cowboys were to trade Diggs, it could be a way to free up cap space, add some draft capital, and maybe even bring in a more consistent player on the outside. On the flip side, Diggs is still one of the most talented corners in the league. His playmaking ability is unmatched, and if he can keep refining his technique, he could be one of the best for years to come. So, trading him would be a huge risk. The Cowboys would need to find someone who could step in and play at a high level, and let's be honest, those guys aren't just sitting around waiting for a job. Do you think the Cowboys should trade Trevon Diggs? Would that be a smart move, or should they hold on to him and keep developing his skills? Let me know in the comments. Now, hold on to your seats, because we've got another huge rumor making the rounds: the Dallas Cowboys potentially trading for Cleveland Browns superstar, Myles Garrett. Yes, you heard me right. The reigning NFL Defensive Player of the Year is reportedly on the Cowboys' radar, and this would be a game changer if it actually happens. Myles Garrett is a generational pass rusher. At 6'4" and 272 pounds, he's a physical specimen. Garrett has been absolutely dominant for the Browns, with 16 sacks last season alone. Imagine pairing him with Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence in the same defense. That would give the Cowboys arguably the most lethal pass rush in the NFL, making them a nightmare for any quarterback. But here's the catch: acquiring a player like Garrett won't come cheap. The Cowboys would have to give up significant assets, likely a combination of first-round picks and possibly even a current starter. The salary cap is always a concern too, and adding Garrett's hefty contract could require some financial juggling. But let's face it, the Cowboys have the chance to really solidify their defense for the next several years if they pull the trigger on this deal. Is Garrett worth the price? Absolutely. He's a proven game changer who can win games single-handedly. The question is whether Jerry Jones and the Cowboys front office are willing to pay the price in terms of draft picks and cap space. If they do, they could have one of the most dominant defensive lines in NFL history. So, what do you think? Should the Cowboys make a trade for Myles Garrett and create a terrifying defensive trio with Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence? Or do you think the cost is just too high? Let me know your thoughts below. Wow, Cowboys Nation, what a ride this offseason is shaping up to be. Whether it's drafting Mason Graham or Tetairoa McMillan, dealing with Trevon Diggs rumors, or the potential Myles Garrett trade, there's no shortage of excitement. These decisions will have a massive impact on the future of this team. So make sure you're subscribed, because we'll keep you updated on all the latest news as we get closer to the draft and free agency. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, share it with your fellow Cowboys fans, and leave a comment telling me what moves you want the Cowboys to make this offseason. Until next time, keep rooting for the boys, and as always, go Cowboys!